Welcome to the series of river system of India. This is the part 2 of that series. In this session we will see Himalayan rivers, all the rivers coming from the Himalayas, what are the tributaries that are of the particular rivers of Indus and all Ganga, and we will see from which regions they originate, where they fall, and all those regions that they travel. Okay, let us move. So first you will see that Indus River Basin System. Okay, so first time you will see that Indus actually originate from the southeast of our country, and then it traveled from the north to northwest, then come into the south, then the southwest direction. Okay, so first you will see Indus originate from here, and the initial name of the Indus is Singe Khabam. Like, after joining with the river Dhar river, that is named after Dhar river, one Dhar river will be present here, it is not in the map. So after the Dhar river, when it joined with that Dhar river, it gets Singe Khabam gets the name of Indus. Okay, and the left tributary of Indus is your Janskar river, and the right tributary of your Indus is your Shyok river, and that Shyok river that joins Indus at Sakardu. Sakardu is that place where it joined. Okay, and your Janskar is present in the Ladakh region. So lots of China's issues are currently in the news, so you may find some connection, you may find these terms in the news also. Okay, then after traveling to the north, then it goes to the northwest of our country, where it get connected with the Kabul, near to the Peshawar, and then it travel, and after that this Indus river get joined by the Satluj as a tributary, and before Satluj get joined by Chenab river, Ravi river, and Jhelum river. Okay, then at near like Panjanad and all, so you will get these Satluj getting mixed with the Indus river, that fall into the Indus river as a tributary, and then you will get your Indus river. As after traveling to the south direction, you will get main Indus river flowing from the northwest direction. Okay, so it moves from the southeast direction, that is this one, southeast direction, to the northwest, that is your this area is northwest, and this area to the northwest, and it joins in your Arabian Sea. So it is like it moves from southwest, it then joined by the Satluj river, as I've already said, and where before Satluj many rivers, like in Satluj only Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi falls into the Chenab only. So these all rivers as a tributary join to the Satluj, and Satluj join into the Indus river. Okay, then it passes through the Pakistan in the south of Karachi. Earlier the capital of the that Pakistan was in the 1947, the Karachi was the capital, then it transferred to the Islamabad and all. Okay, after decades of all it. So then it moved to the south of the Karachi and fall into the Arabian Sea. So Kabul river is, as I've said again, that it is repeated, that Kabul river is a tributary of Indus, and it flows between Pakistan and Afghanistan regions. Okay, these Pakistan and Afghanistan region. So Pakistan and Afghanistan is divided by the Durand line for 100 years. I have said in geography lecture that Pakistan and Afghanistan are divided by the Durand line, and the intention was to separate the northwest frontier Pakistan, this northwest frontier Pakistan. Okay, after 1990 Afghanistan came under the Talibani control, and Taliban was under the control of Pakistan. Lots of terrorist attacks also happened because of the Taliban in India. So US invaded Afghanistan, and new government came into Taliban. So US wanted peace treaty and all because of its own political agenda, and they wanted to set up Taliban as a Talibani government in Afghanistan, but India was against it because India does not have a good relation with Taliban and all. Okay, so new government came into Taliban. After US invasion, India started to give lots of fund, around more than $100 billion as a aid or relief fund. More ports and all like are constructed near those area like Chawar port and all. Okay, so Afghanistan is planning to construct some dam at Kabul river, this area, that Kabul river, and Pakistan claims that India is giving funds to Afghanistan to make dam over the upstream of Kabul River, so that India will control over the water flows of these regions. See, these Indus and Satluj Beas rivers, India is already at upstream and Pakistan is at downstream. And due to the strategical input of India, Kabul, that Pakistan thinks that the India is investing into the Kabul to make such dams, so that Afghanistan is at upstream, so that they can control the water falling into the Pakistan. This may be one strategic input of India also, or India really wanted to help in the infrastructure development of Pakistan, but it is actually international strategy of India, and that Pakistan is also claiming. So Chandra and Bhaga, two streams join together from Chandra Bhaga, it one place, so it passes through the Panji valley, which is parallel to the Pir Panjal range. Okay, then Ravi, Rangoor, and it flows through the Dholadhar ranges and Jhelum at Trimu. Okay, so these all have been shown here. So it forms boundary between India and Pakistan in Potwar plains. Okay, that Jhelum, Ravi and Jhelum, that at Trimu, it forms boundary between India and Pakistan at Potwar plains. So river also joins Chenab. They came and joined into Chenab rivers. Okay, so Chenab river joins Satluj at Panchanad. This your Panchanad, and Satluj is important because it is flowing in Punjab and Haryana. So dam constructed on Satluj, this provides the irrigation facility to Punjab also, and this is also one of the strategic point of India, where they control the water flow into Pakistan. As a treaty happened between India and Pakistan, the treaty was such that India can't stop water flowing into the Pakistan, but in that treaty it was not given that India can't construct dam and over it. So India can do the infrastructure development over those rivers regions. Okay, so Beas joins Satluj at Harike, and it also forms gorge in Dholadhar range, and Satluj forms gorge at Naina Devi, that your Satluj forms your gorge at Naina Devi. And here India has constructed a Bhakra Nangal project, it known as Indus at Mithunkot. So gorge is something like you have heard two, three times. I have explained many times. Again I will explain, like if there is two mountains, okay, and if the river is coming, so rivers erode these regions and it forms gorge. So these regions, this area will be called as your gorge, and this source for this all these Wikipedia of images and all. Okay, so the river that Jhelum, if you want to remember a chart, so Jhelum joins Chenab and at Trimu place. Chenab joins Satluj, that Jhelum joins Chenab at Trimu place. Then Chenab joins Satluj at your Panchanad. Then Ravi joins Chenab at that your Ranpur. Okay, but Multan, you can also say Multan is but farther away. Then Beas joins Satluj at Harike. Okay, this one. Then Satluj joins Indus at Mithunkot. Okay, so I think you got the idea of Indus River Basin System. See, this is the long theory, no need to remember it, just go through it and understand the overview that I have given. Just keep in mind, just go through this map where it get joins and just make a figure out overview into your mind. You will understand this whole theory for the Indus River Basin System. Okay, then we will move to the Ganga Basin. So Yamuna joins Ganga, like Yamuna is flowing in the right side of Ganga, and the westernmost stream of Ganga is Yamuna only, like it farther from Ganga, it is most in the western part of the country. Okay, so Yamuna is joined by the Chambal and Betwa river. In Yamuna we will see this Chambal and Betwa regions is flowing into. See, you will amazed to know that, see, this Chambal is originating at southern part of our country, but it is flowing into the northern area. Why? Because there is a basin present here. Okay, because there is a strip line, string line is present there. That has been explained in the Himalayan formation, and more of such videos are there. So these, because of these string line, because of that potential difference, because of the slope present here, river start to flow in this basin. Okay, central basin of India. So these that flows into Yamuna. Chambal flows into Yamuna, that you will see in the Kanpur regions, Betwas and all. Okay, so then Ganga at Allahabad joins Yamuna, and Gomti, Ghagra, Gandak, Son, Koshi and Damodar join into the river Ganga. So see how much tributaries of Ganga are present. So Gandak joins, Ghagra joins, Gomti joins, Koshi joins. All these ultimately get joined into your that Ganga river. Son also joins. Okay. So at Farakka, Ganga get divided into two into the Bangladesh. So now this is the important point. This one is the most important point. Just remember that at Farakka, you will see Ganga got divided into two. Okay, one will go as the Hooghly river, and other will be flow into Padma, and your Jamuna also join into that Ganga river, and they ultimately fall into the Bay of Bengal, and you will get to see here delta formation. Okay, so Ganga get divides into two. One enters into the Bangladesh, that is in Bangladesh it called it as a Padma, and others enter into India. So the Ganga basin is spread over 10 states. What are the 10 states? Your Uttarakhand, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Bihar, Jharkhand, Rajasthan, West Bengal, Himachal Pradesh and Haryana. So tributary flows, like why Haryana, the tributary of the Ganga, that is Yamuna, flows through the Delhi, so you usually get some part of here also. So okay, so there are some upstream river which form Ganga. So first, what are the upstream river, like before Ganga, like formation of the Ganga in the from where Ganga starts, from where you will get upstream river also. So these are Bheil Ganga, which joins Bhagirathi, which actually raising at Gangotri glacier in Uttarakhand, and Pindar at Karan Prayag river, and Mandakini river at Rudraprayag joins at Alaknanda. Okay. At Deprayag, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda joins to form Ganga as Ganga flows into it. So see, these are just a sake of information, completion of the information I have given. Okay, so you have to just take care as per the exam perspective, government exam perspective. See what are the tributaries. Important tributaries are your Chambal, Betwa. These join into your Yamuna river, and Yamuna river ultimately joins into the Ganga river, and then Ganga get divided into two. Where? Into at Farakka, where Ganga get divided. One is divided into Hooghly, and then into Bangladesh, and Bangladesh they call it as a Padma. Okay. So as Ganga flows down, Ram Ganga at Garhwal district in Uttarakhand joins Ganga at Kannauj. At Chhapra, Bihar, Ghagra river it basin in Gurla Madanta near Mansarovar. So Mansarovar is here in so right now currently the access to Mansarovar is mainly through the Sikkim, but now Uttarakhand and all India is constructing some NH highways and all. Recently because of that only Nepal issues have come. Nepal and China issues has occurred because of the construction of this to go for Mansarovar. Okay, so in between Ghagra and Ramganga, Yamuna river joins at Allahabad. Then Gandak it raises near Tibet, Nepal, and joins Ganga at Hajipur. Okay, this your Gandak. Like Gandak joins river into Hajipur, and then it ultimately flows into the river Ganga. If you see Gandhi Setu bridge is present in Bihar, that was constructed during Indira Gandhi government, has lots of issues in the news, like every time it was broken, every time the construction is going on. Till now I am from Hajipur. This is the interesting part for you, may not be, but till now in my life I haven't seen both the lanes of that bridge, that Gandhi Setu bridge, open. Till now in my life I haven't seen. Every time the one side of the bridge will be blocked, that two-way, like one way will be converted into two-way. Recently one way has been constructed, development has been done. Now the second lane will be in construction. Then Buri Gandak rivers join Ganga at Munger. Then Koshi joins Ganga at Kursida. Then Brahmaputra joins Ganga at Golunda. Hooghly, Bhagirathi joined by Damodar river. Here this one, that Damodar river. which joins Ganga and falls into the Bay of Bengal. So they directly join here into the Ganga, and directly Damodar will directly join into that Ganga Hooghly river, and they fall into the Bay of Bengal. Then Allahabad to Farakka, then Ganga flows. The Ganga had a continuous stretch, and this stretch will help in the form of waterways transport. So see, this is how much dark this. So this formation can be important for the water transportation. See, in India, government is working hard to make water transportation, because the cost in the water transportation is very less, too much less, and the potential that India has is very good with respect to other countries, other developed countries too, but India is not utilizing it. So that's why there are many projects that are coming, that development of the ports and all within the states, that will develop into the Brahmaputra regions and the Ganga regions, to show that your transportation cost will be reduced. Like in the transportation from roadways and highways are expensive with compared to the ships. That's why now we are moving for the transportation to the water transportation, navigation and all, and various projects are coming by the government. Okay, so Ganga water treaty is between India and Bangladesh. So Nepal is not part of it. Like the treaty has happened between Ganga and that is India and Bangladesh. In this, Nepal is not the part of it. And in this treaty, India has claimed that whatever water get accumulated over Farakka, this is very important point. See, over whole this lecture, this is the important point, and these are the tributaries that I have said. Other things that I have given in this PPT is only for the sake of completion of the information only. Okay. So Ganga water treaty is in India was the Bangladesh. Nepal is not a part of it, and in this treaty, India has claimed that whatever water get accumulated over Farakka, it will be distributed between India, that is Hooghly, and the Bangladesh, that is Padma. So the dispute will be between India and Bangladesh only. That dispute will be between Bangladesh and West Bengal. So that if you consider India only, but mainly the dispute will be covered by cleared by the Bangladesh and West Bengal. It means the water quantity is not fixed also, like whatever it will get divided, nothing you can do. And even in the map you can see the most of the water flows into the Padma of the Ganga. Okay, and the least part is flowing into the Hooghly river. But in still that we see that water transportation is very good in the Hooghly part. Okay, but other regions it is not very good. So government is trying to implement some water transportation facility so that the transportation cost will reduce. Okay, Yamuna river. So as I have already discussed that it falls into the Ganga and Yamuna. In Yamuna its tributaries are Chambal, Betwa, and then Tamsa and all. So Tamsa is not like Tamsa joins in the Ganga only. So that Chambal and Betwa you have to take the number for it. Okay, so it falls from the Yamunotri glacier at Garhwal district of Uttarakhand, and it joined by Himalayan rivers. That Himalayan like it is joined by the Tons and Hindon river joined at Kalsi. Then it gets the formation of Yamuna and peninsular rivers also. So many rivers joining in between Agra and Allahabad, like Chambal, that is, see this is peninsular rivers. These are the peninsular rivers. Why it is peninsular river? See, this is present in the peninsula only, and due to that slope between the basin, between the slope in the north direction, that's why they are flowing into this direction, not in southward direction. Okay, so it joins Chambal at Savai Madhopur. Chambal raises in Madhya Pradesh in Mahao in Vindhyan ranges. Then Sindh raises in Madhya Pradesh, Petwa, that is Hamirkar, Bhopal, Ken, Chila and Madhya Pradesh. So these are for just I'm giving for sake of information. I have already told about that Yamuna river. These two are the important with respect to your exams. Okay, now Brahmaputra river. See, these two rivers, that Ganga and Brahmaputra, are very important for us. Okay, because that whatever the things is coming, so it raises at like this water transportation and cost will be reduced by the government. So it raises at that your Brahmaputra. See here your Brahmaputra, actually Brahmaputra flows parallel to the Himalayas, then it enter into India in the south like east of our country, and then it flows into our country and goes into south and falls into the Bay of Bengal. Okay, so it raises at Chemya-Dung glacier near Mansarovar, which is separated by Mariamla Pass. Though Chemayungdung is near to the Uttarakhand, it does not enter India from western side. It flows between the Himalayas and Kailash range. It flows parallel to the Himalayas, and as soon as it flows till Arunachal Pradesh at Dihang Gorge, it takes southward turn, this was southward turn, and enters into India. So at place named Dhubri, it enters Bangladesh because of the Shivalik ranges and all. You will get see that it turns into the southward direction, falls into India. Then it flowing in the Tibet, it gets named Sangpo. If it is flowing from Tibet, we don't call it as a Brahmaputra, it named as a Sangpo. Then at Dihang it is named as Seong Dihang. Okay, then in Dihang it will be named as Seong Dihang. Then after Sadaya it is named as Brahmaputra. Okay, and then it flows till Dhubri. After Dhubri it is named as your Jamuna, like in this one. Okay, then Bangladesh they call it as a Jamuna. So Jamuna joins Ganga at Golunda, and after it is named as Padma River, like it get joined with the Ganga, like Ganga get divided at Farakka. In Farakka then it divided into two, that one will flow in Hubli, then one will flow in Bangladesh. So in Bangladesh they call it as a Padma, and in Padma your Jamuna joins. Jamuna means what? Your Brahmaputra regions. Okay, and then join Meghna rivers at Meghna. So its tributaries are north to south for Brahmaputra. If you go from north to south, then Subansiri, Kemeng, Dhansiri and all, you will find it here. And then Tista river that flows from Nepal only. So earlier it was tributary of Ganga. It shifted almost 90 degrees and became tributary of Brahmaputra. See, this is the one of the most important part to remember, that Tista that originate from your that originate from your Nepal. Earlier it was a tributary of this Tista river, was a tributary of Ganga. That in Sikkim you can find the Tista river. So earlier it was a tributary of Ganga, but it shifted its course almost by 90 degree and joined the Brahmaputra rivers, and we called as a tributary of Brahmaputra. Okay. So south, if you from north to south, it was like that. From south, Dhubri, Dhansiri and Buri Dihang you will find as a tributary of Brahmaputra. Okay, I hope you understand it. Further one more series or one more episode of this lecture will come. This lecture was basically related to the concept only, and I have given some data that sound may be boring for you for this lecture, but it was just I have given for the sake of completion of the information. So I hope you like the video. Please subscribe the channel. It is a new channel that will further motivate me to make such videos, and you can pay me by subscribing this channel only. That's it. And if you want any on-demand video lectures or suggestions for me, or you want any instruction to provide me, please feel free to ping on my Twitter handle given in the description link. Okay, thank you.